Sure.
Damn. What?
Okay. So someone asked. You guys can put phones away. Someone asked to go over the last question on the Delta math. This was the style. So, first of all, reminder, there's an exit card tomorrow. It will be on Delta math, and it will be more towards the beginning of class. So, something you might need to do, this, given this starting point and that ending point, I need to find the vector. I don't have it yet. And I can't write on this the way it is, so let me fix that. Yep.
I was taking a test yesterday, and they're making me find an angle, and I was doing law of sine.
Oh my goodness. On the
But then it turns out I was overdoing it, and I just had to subtract an angle by one.
Okay.
But it's good to know.
Okay. All right. So again, guys, we started vectors yesterday, and what a vector is, it has direction and magnitude. So if I was to graph this, the coordinate 1, 0. So Willie, you weren't here yesterday, so you and I, you guys were both not here. Who else was not here?
No. What? We didn't have our period yet.
Sorry.
We don't have one for it.
Fine. Monday, you were not here at the start for that. So get a notebook out, and I will give you the quick recap of that. So I'm going to call this A and B. So if I started at 1, 0 and I walked over to 7, 6, a vector has direction and magnitude. The direction, what direction is it? Whatever that angle is. And what is its magnitude is asking you to find its length. The length, visually, the length is the strength. It's pushing with that much force. It's moving with that speed. Whatever, what's another word for force and speed and velocity? Difference between speed and velocity, you know?
Velocity has a direction, speed doesn't have it.
Correct. So velocity is a vector. So first thing we might ask you is find vector v. This thing drawn is a vector, but I need it in component form. Peter, how do I find the vector in standard position? Peter, that was you. Take those out so you can actually hear me. I was calling on you. Thanks. How do I take this thing and put it in standard position, which means make it start at the origin?
Minus the destination.
I believe the other way around. So the ending coordinates minus the starting coordinates. Because I need this to move over. So the end, 7 minus 1, and 6 minus 0.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
So that's moving it to standard position, putting it in component form, finding the standard vector. All of those things are meaning the same thing. Yes, Fernando.
I did it.
Okay, can I just finish this question and then we'll do the other question? Okay, so this said afterwards follow the, okay. Well, I need to go back to the question. So click and drag. Not drawn the correct vector. So That's what they wanted me to do. And then to make it a standard vector, it ends up, in the end, it is pointing at the coordinate 6, 6. Now it's asking what's the magnitude. And they want it in radical form if needed. William, how do I find magnitude?
Tangent.
Magnitude.
Is that your C? It's 6. It's 36 plus 36.
So this component squared plus that component squared. It's just asking you to do Pythagorean theorem. Length squared plus length squared equals the hypotenuse squared. So square root of 72 or 6 root 2. Sorry. Yeah?
Should we start to remember how to do that again?
You should always remember how to do that. It would be great. But let's see, they did not ask us to oops. They did not ask us to, so let's see if they'll take just square root of 72. Here? This box with the square root on it, that's delta math being nice saying, if you wanted a square root, just click this. It's not meant to be, and I don't want the square root in where I just tapped.
Is the direction 45?
Okay, is the direction 45 degrees? So the way we find
I
direction
don't got my calculator. So.
is tan inverse. William said 6 over 6, which reduces to 1, and he's like, I know in that quadrant it's 45 degrees. So sure. Keep losing the
I was so
cursor.
confused on the homework how to do like the 180 stuff, but then I realized how I was overthinking it.
So that's all it was. But so one of the things, Fernando, I think you were asking, what if it was
There you go. You finished the math.
Because I feel like I always messed it up when
I was so
that's
confused.
so positive.
So if it was exactly the opposite direction, I went -6 and -6. Doing tan inverse on my calculator, it's still going to tell me this. Is that a 45-degree angle? No. How do we get it to the right place?
180 plus 45.
Add 180. So 180 plus 45, the actual direction would be 180 plus 45, which is 225.
If it was in the second quadrant, would you do 90 plus or no?
Okay, so changing the angle,
6, 6.
tan inverse of that is -1. Your calculator will tell you -45
You
degrees.
gotta do 180 minus
Oh.
45.
180 plus -45 or whatever. It's always add 180 when it's tangent. Like you need to be in charge of this. And the calculator, because you know this from a month or 2 of this, quadrant 1, all positive angles, it's only going to tell you that one. And you need to know if it's over there. So when I do these, I draw a quick, okay, it was in quadrant 3, I know I'm going to add 180. Or it was quadrant 1, good, I don't need to do that. No. I know you pulled up, got that, but off the funds. So that's the real quick. Be able to put it in standard position, find the magnitude, find the direction, and maybe do a few of the other things like scale and multiply or add things. Yeah.
Is the test just going to be on this?
Exit card, which actually is kind of a beginning exit card. You will be timed. It's on Delta Math. You'll be given 10 minutes. Those of you who have extra time, you'll have 15 minutes. Yeah. You don't need it right now.
I'm
don't.
ready for the test right now.
Okay. All right. So, guys, we need to do something new.
You do homework?
It's not that hard. But it might hurt the head a little.
Oh, the test?
Can you guys do this warm up?
Oh, I haven't checked. Let me do one.
I know, I forgot this was, because we're doing stuff at Graphically. Por favor. Sí.
What's he doing?
Okay, so 11 plus 1 is
First of all-
12. It was cold.
Here, put the pencil to the paper, write the problem down. Nick and Johan, that's not needed. Write the problem down and find the component of the vector, magnitude, and direction.
4 minus 9. What's that? Minus 5.
Well, and using the numbers that were in the component we found. So the x is the first number in the coordinates of the vector. So
Oh, no.
y of the x.
Wasn't us, it wasn't us.
So. And then there's 1, that's on the unit circle. And Nick said that's 45 degrees, right? And the coordinate 6, 6 goes up in the first quadrant.
There.
That's done. And then the last 4 plus
25 plus
3.
Is 12 squared 121?
12 squared. That 45 degree.
444. So, root of 169, I think that's 13.
And we'll try again.
It'll be fine.
Let's go.
Yes.
May I please have my phone so I can use the calculator on it? Actually,
4 minus 9 is.
yeah.
It's not math.
What's 4 minus 9?
I just need it for the 10. 4 minus 10.
11 plus 1 plus. So,
Bless you. Oh,
what's yours?
So, Adam, how do I find?
minus 67.
12 squared is 12 squared.
So 4 minus 9, negative 5, and then 11 minus negative 1.
So, 92 equals 13.
Okay,
Got 130.
do you guys agree with Adam's vector?
Direction.
Kay says yes, Mia says yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Will,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yes.
Yes, I got the same answer.
Um, and, so, guys, vectors, you, vector TV means you started at T and you walked towards V. And to calculate this, you do the end minus the start.
So, 1
Oh.
So 4 minus 9, I agree, and 11 minus negative 1, which Adam said subtracting a negative is adding. So I agree that
This one?
we get negative 5, 12.
Not bad.
Oh,
But, what? Hold on, Tay, did you have a question? Okay, so Nick, what's,
Alright, so to find the magnitude, you need to do like negative 5 squared plus 5, or 12 squared, and then the square root of that, which is 13.
no, you're right.
Damn, I got 4.
Okay, just hold that thought. So the magnitude is 13, the strength or length of that vector is 13. Cool?
Yep.
All right, let someone else try okay. First of all, Melia, what quadrant is negative 5, 12 going to be in? 2. All right, Tay, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say to find direction, you do 10 inverse 12 over negative 5.
Direction, tan inverse 12 over negative 5. And this you do need a calculator for because it's not on the unit circle, so what'd you get?
I get like negative 67.
Negative 67. Is that the angle that I actually want?
No, because you gotta subtract it from 80.
Be careful with what you just said, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the angle negative 67, add it to 180, but I think he means 180 minus 67 and you got
113.
Yes, sir.
I got 20, negative 22, and I'm like,
Are you in radians?
Probably not.
Let me see the mode for.
I can do that.
You wanna be in the
You chat it,
Are you
right?
on? You're on.
Yeah, you did the reciprocal, the inverse. Yes, three. Yvonne and Nick, stop. Sorry, Serene.
What's he doing?
What's
It's
what?
getting, I was just,
Negative 67, but we want it in quadrant 2, so you're at 182.
No, it's getting
Serene, I still need to
easier.
find your question.
When we first started this show.
All right,
Were you there, class? First quarter.
Fernando, you good? You okay with it being in a weird place?
This makes
I got C last week.
Okay.
I'm at
I did 180 minus 67
79.5.
because I want my reference angle of 67 degrees to be 180. Some people are saying subtract the angle.
Oh my
Angle's
goodness.
negative.
Wait.
Good. Oh, Sarah, what's wrong? Okay.
Are you gonna make us find the area of the triangle?
We only input on the supplementary.
We could.
Input the big angle down.
It depends on what quadrant you're in. So that's why I asked
Find the
Lily
area
at the
of triangle.
start. What quadrant did this
1/2
vector,
times 12
negative 5 and
times
12,
minus
take us
5.
to? So the negative 5 moved us to quadrant 2 or 3, and then we went up. So we went to quadrant 2. Maya? So you do the angle
Minus 5. And then sine of 50.
Yes, excellent vocabulary usage. You do the direction using the component form of the vector. Yes. You do the magnitude using the component form of the vector too. That's the reason we put it in component form, because it makes it so much easier. Yes, Serene?
if for example 12 was the hypotenuse, we'd do inverse cosine of that.
You're not
Is it
gonna,
always?
we're always gonna give you the x and the y, which means you're always gonna have tangent.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you that x, that y, tan inverse.
if you gave us the vector without giving us x and y, would you use it?
Ha. Don't go there.
Well, but if you gave us the degree and the side, I think you could.
Okay, all right.
That's why it's called the present.
Yeah, we can. Maya, pick an angle, less than 90.
12.
60. Okay. Alvin, pick a magnitude for me, some length. 5.
That's the area.
So, guys, Yuhan, because you've been looking the other way too much in the
I'm
back of
teaching
your
him
head.
how to find the area of the triangle we just found.
Okay, well, that was the last quiz, and we'll figure that out later. But Yuhan, looking up here, because you have your glasses on today,
I see it coming.
is there some way that I can find this x value if I give you the angle and the magnitude of this vector?
Yeah.
Using, I don't know, trig.
1916?
Sorry, what?
Inverse.
118 minus
No. I want the length of x. So what trig function uses x, the angle, and the 5? Guys, there's,
You and I got you.
what is it?
I think you would do cos 60, and then the 5's under it because you're adjacent to both.
X.
Yeah,
Adjacent
so you
over-
do 5. You multiply cos 60 times 5.
So it's 5 over 2. What? Yeah, we've done this.
You stop
So,
when you
sorry, guys, hold up. So, Will asked, what if,
Adam.
guys, what's with all the mumble? Will asked, like, okay, because Serene was like, what if they gave us the hypotenuse and we would use cosine or
Cosine
something?
inverse.
But I'm always gonna give you the x and the y. But Will said, what if you just tell us the magnitude and the angle, can you find the parts? Yes. X times cosine of the angle, comma, y, sine of the angle.
Was X 25? Or did I have to do the inverse?
2.5. X is 2.5.
So should I do
Well, that,
Is that 90 degree angle?
Yes.
So is it 30 degrees? Is it the
Guys,
same?
X and y, the x-axis and the y-axis, always at 90 degrees. So the distance you move along x and the distance you move along y, gonna make a 90 degrees. Yep.
Wait,
So
I'm
30
confused.
degrees is the same.
Okay, guys, stop. We actually have stuff that's going to confuse you, and this was a little extra thing Will asked, and was like, yes, you can do that. If that's gonna derail us, we need to stop. So I need to move on. Yes.
Tiny question. Did I do this wrong? Was I not supposed to put the
Yeah, well, cosine of 60 is a half, because I know my unit circle, times 5, it's 2.5. X equals 2.5, not 25. You lost the decimal.
Thank you.
All right. Yesterday on Delta Math, you had to add and subtract vectors using their x and y complements. Nick, you need to stop.
I'm writing a code.
I don't care. That's not what we're doing.
Oh.
Now you need to be able to add vectors graphically. So maybe you were swimming in the ocean and the ocean had a current that was pushing. Where did you really end up is the red line. So methods of adding. I highly recommend you do this one, the first one, which is take them head to tail. The start to the arrow, put the new starting point, glue the arrow together, and wherever the open starting point was to wherever the open ending point was, that's how you add.
Who's Pythagorean?
He's an old Greek dude who's more than dead now.
It was.
All right. So, guys, the point of today, this is what we need to be able to do. Let's see. So, Tycho, can you take these two vectors, move them so it looks like they got added correctly? I realize it's kind of new, but yeah, you glue the end of one to the start of the other. So those two that I moved aside.
What?
How would you do A plus B? Okay, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
So, all right, so the answer to A plus B, so this is, Tycho is swimming along the blue line and the current is pushing him a little bit. His actual path in the water is here. Could he have done, well, the current was pushing him this way and he was swimming that way. Does it give the same answer whether we say the current was working, then Tycho was swimming, or versus Tycho swimming? Both of them work. You could have done either one. Rafael, you want to do this one? Yeah.
Do you just slip
What do you
it
think
out?
negative B means? Negative
Be in
2,
the other direction.
go the other direction. Okay, yes. You just grab it.
Alright.
Whoop.
Okay.
So he's taken it, this, we have drag on that guy.
Oh, okay. And then A minus that, so it's A.
Okay. So,
Do it.
all right, what do you think? The two red ones glued together, do you agree that that's negative 2B or not?
No.
Why is it no?
I would have done it like one and then it goes.
Okay, hold on. So, this is vector B. Do you agree that negative vector B, same slantiness, but the arrow going the other way?
Yeah.
All right, so if you do that twice, go backwards the red amount twice, I think at least the red part is correct. Then he said gluing on A, and at first he had it here.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
No,
No.
Because you need the tail, the arrow for one to glue onto the bottom of the other. It's like telling you directions. You went here, you stopped along the blue line, and where you ended the arrowhead of the blue, you stopped and turned and walked along in the direction of the red ones. So this is correctly added, but I want to know visually what the answer is. The resultant is what it's called. The answer of where he would have ended up, because he's like, you know what? I just want to go the shortcut. I can fly through buildings. I'm going to go the shortest way possible as the crow flies. starting here, open endpoint to the open starting point, that's your actual vector that it gets added. Like, that's what happens. Yes, William?
I didn't have a question, but may I use the restroom? Ow.
Fernando, can you do the last one?
Just
So 3Bs. So 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You're going to turn it around. You got to make it exactly the opposite direction. Is it the opposite direction? Opposite direction is same slant, arrow on the other side.
Then let's go. You want it to just turn into this.
So then the actual answer, open starting point, the open ending point, yes, those are added correctly. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, how do you calculate? Like, how do
Okay, right now, I just want to see that you can do this graphically, okay?
Oh, no.
You just do.
There's my quote.
First you.
There's my quote.
Okay, so, looking at this,
It's us.
see if you guys can, all right, we'll do the first one together. Peter, sit up. Peter, what do you think? If we walk from A to B to B to C, from A to B, then B to C, what is the shortest way you could have walked? A to C.
No.
So adding those vectors graphically, the shortest way was A to C. Do the others on your own.
DA.
Write it down, draw the picture, draw the parallelogram. So you get
Which
something to
is
look back
DA.
at.
DC. Just no D to C, bro. Or no.
Yeah, just
Wait, DA
DA to
plus
DC.
DC.
DA?
No, you have a workshop.
Wait,
Hello.
what?
What?
Come back? Go DA and AD and DC?
Is it just A to C again?
Yeah. That's what
No, it's DA to DC.
I think it's just DC.
Yeah, I mean that.
Tycho, what did you get?
For which one?
Second one.
This plus
Yes.
the second one. What do you mean DA plus DC? It's two different sides.
Nah, because it starts at
Yeah, it's two different directions.
Okay, so how do we do that?
That's two different
Is it
sides.
DC?
Nah, it might be C to
Or
A.
A?
C to A. Because you in that C.
Oh yeah, I actually.
DB AB DBAB. What?
Okay, so
So they
you guys are upset because how do you add? There's D to A and D to C. Are those added correctly?
No.
No. Rathko, what can I do?
You start at DA, and then the endpoint is at A, and from there you move the vector DC up, and then you get AB.
Okay, this is a parallelogram, so this DC side is parallel to AB and exactly the same size. So he said to correctly add this, pick this bottom guy up and move it up here.
D to B.
So D to A plus A to B, which is also the same vector as D to C. So what, okay, so, and Adam says the end answer
D to B.
is D to
A
B,
to B.
okay?
If
Alright.
we're doing this like
From A to B down to C.
Miss Pascal,
Yeah.
if we're doing this as a direction and C was like, let's say, a place on a map, and you moved it up, if you were trying to get a U to B, you would be going in a different direction. So that's
So
not-
if you're in New York City and I was to say, walk 5 blocks left, 4 blocks north,
You can't do that.
going 4 blocks north, then 5 blocks left, does it still work?
Yeah, but I'm saying like the B is not the same as what the C
The
is.
side's
Okay,
not the
these are
same, bro.
vectors, it just means, like, if you're
Oh,
a
wait,
leaf
A
out
to
there
B, shit.
and someone's pulling the leaf this way, but the wind is pulling it that way, where did the four little leaf end up if it started here? It wouldn't, yeah.
DA. DA. Or A to D.
Alvin, what do you have as an answer for DB plus AB? Okay, so would it be DA? So I hear DA. Fernetta, what do you think?
I don't hear
I would do
DA.
AB. I will do AB.
B.
BE?
A, C. Boom.
What's another one?
I would do AB though.
DC.
DC? Okay, do we have more options?
Something
Yeah.
is
AB.
AB?
Yeah, AB.
No.
Yes, it's
Okay, any
AB.
of them, bro.
It should be AB.
Any other answer? Okay, people are quiet. All right, let's try it. Let's say, all right, we walked from D to B,
Oh, it is AB.
And we walk
D to B, then we walked from
A to D.
A to D,
So we're missing a whole little spot.
A to D. So where is the open starting? First of all, are they added together correctly? The arrowhead is at the start of,
Oh, it's AB. It's AB.
Yeah,
It's
I said it. It's
AB.
AB.
But it can also be.
What the fuck are you talking about,
Say
man?
B.
Cat.
Can it not be DC also?
Okay. So-
'Cause like,
Tay saying, couldn't that also be D to C? Are these vectors the same? So you're right, if you were starting up here and you walked 5 blocks to the right, you would end up at building B, but I'm just saying, were you pushed 5 blocks to the right? Yes, DC is also correct. So these are the same, either one works. All right. Number 4, Winnie, what do you think? Look it over.
A, B,
AB. AB is still AB. Yeah.
B, C.
AB.
Winnie, what do you think? So if we just do A to E, C to E, and B to C, somehow I need to add them together correctly.
AB. AB.
You gotta be careful. A to E and C to E. What's going on there?
Big button.
It's a
They
connect.
cancel each other out. So
B,
I
C.
am pushing down on the floor, whatever weight I weigh today, and the floor is pushing up that same amount, so I'm not falling through the floor, but it's not throwing me up in the air. These are opposing forces,
So it's B, C.
so I'm just standing still on the floor.
Uh-huh.
So this one and this one canceled each other out, and it's just BC.
Yup.
What? Ow.
Could you call it AD also? Yes.
Wow.
What do you mean how?
Doesn't know.
It's not like.
All right. All right.
Watch.
Mm.
C, E.
Okay, Gianna, what do you think about this one?
C. What's
We
C?
have
It's C, E.
vector
Yeah,
CD and vector
You ain't trusting.
BEB. So
No,
the yellow ones aren't added
No,
in
it's
correctly at all. So can I move something so it is correctly added?
Yes, it's AE.
What's AE?
I need to move
It's
this
eight.
so the
It's not
How
starting
the hell?
point,
How did you
guys,
get
shush.
A?
I need to move the starting point of the arrow to the end, so D.
Yeah.
So it makes it DE. So that's not really there. So the open starting point was here. If I went the short way, CE.
So it's not D.
It's C, E.
So
And Tay's the alternative one. He's like, so I could have said EA. You're gonna be that pain in the butt to grade, but that's cool. You're gonna
Yeah, I
like
was
invent stuff. You're gonna
I
invent
was
stuff.
more
and
right, bro.
I was more right. I was righter than you.
I was righter.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
Mine's an easier way.
Guys, this is your worksheet. Uh-huh. Geometry was fun. You were in a rare subset. I think geometry is awesome, but most people do not appreciate algebra 2. Algebra 2.
Wait, I got it.
Imaginary number.
Okay.
Hasta ube.
That's it right.
Can everybody get over to seat?
Yeah, there was a word.
Alright, guys, can you look on this side? I wanna make sure that we're okay with the start. Can you first? Okay. I want answers in terms of the letters that are there, so Tay, that's short circuiting you saying, oh, well, I'm gonna do this other one. So before you start writing on it,
Which one do you want us to start with?
hold up, guys. Wait a second. So how come I have a whole lot of vectors drawn, but I only have 4 names? Alright, what can I name this one in terms of X, Y, Z, and W? I'm not gonna name it Sally. So if I was walking
I like
from
that
E
Sally.
to C, what is that one's name? Okay, she said Y. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, why is it why?
Yo, cause
Why?
Started here to there,
Because it's same.
And they have to.
so yeah, that one is also Y. So what is vector E to B named? Z, alright.
Dang, brother.
What about C to B?
C to B?
C to B,
W.
W.
X.
No arrows above always go the same.
And then C to B.
Alright, so, Ben, what is the name of the vector that goes from D to A?
W.
W? Okay, I think Ben might
That's what we
answer.
gotta do.
Hi, what is the answer of the vector that goes from A to D? Negative W.
Negative W?
So
What?
if it's exactly the same length, opposite direction, you put a negative on it.
I thought A to D would be positive and D to A. Yeah, the arrow's facing that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's going.
hold up,
Oh,
Okay.
the arrow of the thing.
guys,
Not the arrow above the letter.
the arrow above the letter just means it's a vector. And the vector, DA, is, it started at D and it moved to W. So that's W's direction, okay?
Oh my lord.
So the first one cannot be negative.
Correct.
Oh, no.
Because DA is
Because the arrow at the end.
because of this arrow. That's the arrow that matters.
You're never responding without the arrows.
Okay. Being proper, I should keep the little arrow, and it's not supposed to have a full arrow, it's supposed to have a little out thing.
Me too.
Okay, so see what you guys can do with this side and talk to your partner. Yes, ma'am.
You can hurt me. Hurt me. No more.
Okay.
What is
So
that?
if I walk from D to A and that's considered positive W, what is it if I started from D and walked this way?
Negative.
Because the arrow is a thick black line, not a little thing.
Negative C to B. Negative W. Or no, W.
Wait, what? What am I calling it? Double C? Or should I call it C?
Negative W.
Stop making any sense, bro.
But gosh, I cannot wait for
W plus
So, hang on,
W.
You still have 2 more days.
which one was that?
Bang.
That is not
What street? That's
All
I
right,
don't have any tasks.
hang on, 4 people just asked about number 10.
this
Going from B
W.
to D,
Listen, just listen.
what would you call that?
Double Z.
Double Z?
Yes, sir.
Negative W. Alright. Oh,
Double Z or negative double Z? Which one?
Double Z.
Negative.
Double Z.
No, it's
Double Z, bro.
Susie.
Alright,
It's not.
guys,
It's going.
I agree it's some kind of 2Z. Is it positive or is it negative?
Negative.
Because
Look at
Z's,
arrows.
Z's arrows go that way.
Huh?
BD moves go exactly the opposite.
Stupid.
Huh? What?
Stupid.
Oh shit.
Okay, well, we're not looking at the little thing
They're
over the
stupid.
letter.
So
We're
stupid.
looking at the diagram to say the big black arrow is pointing that way.
Wait.
W is going from this to that. The arrow indicates that this arrow indicates the direction, not the little dial.
Wait, what?
I don't understand from B to D. How is it negative?
Okay,
Positive, W positive.
Serene, positive Z
You guys look at the positives.
goes that way.
Positive.
Yes.
Going from B
That would be that one.
to D, am I going?
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the
Mara, you look to not have.
Sing me your favorite song.
Bro, that song was trending like this, you know?
How do you X positive.
So that's saying.
Positive D.
Oh shit.
What's the double class app? Double double Z.
Yeah, double Z. Genius.
Right here. Positive Y right here.
B.
Hell.
X plus W equals B.
Minus
Negative 2Z.
positive X.
No, this is B.
Right here.
And then this is negative.
Fernando,
This is the negative W right here. So
does it matter which way we add the vectors? If I did W plus X versus X plus
B,
Y?
X plus X.
Positive Y.
I don't think so.
Positive Z.
I do think so.
When we like,
How do you get that one?
Yeah.
we had it like this.
That they don't have a negative positive.
Yeah, we already got that exact one, bro.
When we had it like that, like there.
Yeah, you gave us the same question twice.
Okay,
It's like that.
W,
It's like
W,
that.
W.
But like when it's like
versus
that,
when it's B plus A.
it gives you the same inner negative edge.
Oh, wait, right. This is positive W, bang. This is
Okay.
negative X right here. So CD,
It never really matters. Addition, multiplication, order.
Positive W,
Matters when something, matrices it
positive Y,
matters.
bang.
Okay,
D.
guys, questions, whatever, 17 and 18 are asking you to discover this property. Does it matter?
B.
W positive.
This is A plus B, this is B plus A. Here is my open start and my open end. Can I add vectors in either one?
Positive D.
Yes or no?
That's positive X. Negative W, bang. D, C.
You can add in either order, yeah. No, they just want it in terms of, they would okay, they don't want that.
Make a sketch of each.
Alright. Guys, the answers, they don't want you to use letters A, B, C, and D. They want you to use the vectors. So, Tay, what do you think about number 17? What is W plus
Double Z.
W plus X.
W
Wants us to use.
plus X?
I got BB.
Okay, and I don't want letters. I don't want the corners. I want these, the vectors.
Alright.
It's double Z.
It's two Z.
Yes, sir.
Open start, open end. So for this, yes, we wanted 2 Z.
So 18 is also
18 is also 2Z because we can add vectors in any order.
plus y.
Okay, 19. Miliel, how do we do 19?
Y. From A to Z.
19 is y
Minus?
A to
plus z.
Is it gonna be W?
It's also 2
I think X.
Alright,
That's X.
guys, there's a lot of murmuring. 19 is y plus z. Are these, as I've got them drawn, I just drew y and I drew z. Are they added correctly? Is it the end is taped on to the beginning of the other one? It's not drawn correctly. So what do I need to do so that they are adding correctly?
2 years ago.
Maybe move this guy up. Instead of it drawn that way, goes that way.
Yeah, because minus is.
So Adam, open starting point is here.
Wait, the worksheet homework?
Okay, the homework is the
America back, right?
front sheet, if you finish it, because you are almost there. I don't know about the back, but the second